Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how to study with Zoom in the online class. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so the first thing, I just wanted to go over some rules. So as you know, our class will begin at 7 p.m. So it's very important to be on time for the class. So our classes are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's very important for everybody to be on time. The teacher will start teaching right at 7 p.m. The second thing we would like to mention is that it's important to choose a quiet space when attending the class, just so, uh, you can, focus and things like that for focused learning, if possible. The third rule, etiquette rule we would like to talk about is using your real name in the Zoom. So this is so your teachers and your classmates can identify you. This is also important for attendance. So, when you're joining the class, I'll show you this as well on how to do this, but it's important to write your first name and last name in your Zoom um, title, like your how you log in, so the teachers can also know who you are, the class, your classmates, and then for taking attendance as well, right? Another thing is, if possible, it would be great for you to just turn on your camera, right? So you can communicate more in the class. Also, another important rule we like to mention is when you join the Zoom meetings, so when you join the class, to please mute your microphone when you join the class. And also when you're not speaking, so that kind of minimizes any noise or distraction or interruption for the teacher when they're teaching. And, when the teacher, will ask you to unmute or, participate in conversation, she will let you know. Otherwise, when you're not speaking, please turn off your microphone. And of course, be respectful and supportive, to the students, right? To your fellow classmates, to the staff. We want this to be a positive, fun learning experience for everybody. So we, of course, encourage everybody to be respectful and supportive, of your fellow peers. Okay, so the first topic or thing I'm going to show you is logging through your Zoom. Can everybody still hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, you all can hear me? Okay, good. Just let me know if you need me to repeat. So I'm going to just play this video for you and then I'm going to show you. So as you can see, you can Google Zoom, right? Search up Zoom. And then you're going to go on the browser. We recommend for this program you use Google Chrome to log in. Otherwise, it may have a little bit issue. So you press join meeting, and then we will tell you always in the WhatsApp group the meeting ID and password. So it's always the same meeting ID and password for each class. So you press join. So here you want to press always allow Zoom to open these links. So you have to click this checkbox here so the Zoom meeting opens. And then you go to Zoom, open Zoom meeting. If you don't have the Zoom app, you can always download the app as well. And if you have issues with the Zoom app, you can join with your browser. So you want to make sure you click use microphone and camera. So that way, you're able to be, people can hear and see you. And then you want to press either allow this time or allow visiting the site. So this is so your camera and audio work. So you press this and then you can mute yourself so everybody can see. You can mute yourself before you join the class, and then you can stop your video and start your video again. And then you want to write your meeting passcode again, and then your name. So again, this is where you can write your name, your first and last name, and click remember my name for future meetings. And then you click join. And that's usually how you join. And this is what you will see. And then you can stop your video or you can, keep it on if you like. So the important thing for this to know is to use Google Chrome, right? Because Google Chrome, there's less issues with logging in. When you sign in, to please mute your microphone before you log into the class. Um, and yeah, that's about it. And make sure, as I mentioned, you click the checkbox of allow. So allow is allow Zoom to open the link. So they open it. And then, of course, allow your camera and microphone. So you can say allow this time, or you can allow while visiting the site. So this will make sure your camera and microphone work. Okay, does anybody have any question? No? Is everybody okay?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. So this is the breakout room. So a breakout room is when the teacher will send you into your own room with a partner to practice. So I'm going to show you the video of how we're going to join the breakout room. So you can see you'll get this message. So just so everybody knows, you get this message from the teacher very fast. So you have to click join. If for any reason you miss the message, right? Please let the teacher know. You can say, "Hi, Irene. I missed the breakout room and I'm not able to join. Can you please help put me back in the room?" And she can help you. So this is very important because sometimes what happens is that the message appears very fast and we miss it, right? So make sure you click join. After you click join, you'll join the room, join room 1, and then it'll say your activity status is being shared. So you just click the blue button saying got it. Right? So it says the host and co-host can see the audio, video, and screen sharing of the participants in this meeting. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then you're in the breakout room. And then at the end, you'll see this little corner, this little icon with the red door. This means to leave. So if you need to leave the breakout room, that's how you usually leave. So do you see there's leave meeting and leave breakout room? Make sure you to press the blue button that says leave the breakout room. So when you're done, you leave the breakout room. So I just want to practice, if that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause my recording and then we're going to practice how to join the breakout room. So okay, so the recording has started again. So that was the breakout room. So now this is also another important feature that we're going to speak about today. This is sending the message using the chat box. So I'm going to play the video. So you go to the chat icon right next to participants, and everybody can see there's something called meeting group chat, right? So when you send this message, it means everybody in the meeting, so anybody who's joining the class can see this message. Okay, if you want to send the message directly to the teacher, you wouldn't say to meeting group chat. You have to find her name and you have to go to there should be like a some options here, and then it'll list people's names. And then you find it to Irene and you can send the message directly to Irene. So only Irene will see your message. But if you send to the meeting group chat, it means everybody in the meeting can see your message. So I'm going to stop my share for 1 second and pause the recording again. Okay, so thank you everybody for practicing how to send the text message using the chat box. So as I mentioned, it's a good practice to message the teacher if you need anything, or if you like to let them know about anything, and you can send them the direct message. Okay. So leave the meeting. So how do you leave the meeting? So when you want to leave a Zoom meeting, you click leave at the right bottom and click leave meeting. So you see this red button here, you just click it right there and then you will leave the meeting. Okay?
Okay.
So let's talk about now some common issues on Zoom. So sometimes, you may say you can't join the Zoom class. Okay, why? Sometimes maybe the link is wrong. Sometimes the internet may be a little bit slow, right? Or, maybe your Zoom app needs to be updated. It could be old. So always double check the meeting link. So we will always, post it in our teacher-led WhatsApp group. We are going to post always the meeting ID and password there. So please make sure you always double check that you have the right Zoom link. And sometimes you can also restart your device. So restart, and then that may help with the issue. Okay. And sometimes you may say, I can't hear the teacher. Okay, why you can't hear the teacher? Sometimes our volume is off or the audio is not connected. So make sure your volume is on your computer so you can hear. Click join audio. So when you join the class, it's important to press this button, click to join audio, so you can hear everybody. So when you enter the Zoom room, it's gonna ask you to, click to join the audio. So make sure you join with your audio. Okay. Sometimes, it's an issue with the Zoom. So you can just leave and then you can rejoin the class. This is another issue that happens sometimes. You may say that you can't see the teacher's screen. The screen doesn't load or appear. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to click View Options and choose the right window, or ask the teacher to share. So I'm gonna reshare. So I'm gonna show you the video. So you can see on the top right, there's view, right? There's view. So can everybody see my video? So I'm going to show you again. So I'm going to play the video. So you should be able to see view.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back. So everybody can see view, right?
Yes.
Then after view, there's different options. So as everybody can see, there's side by side speaker gallery, right? So what you do is you click speaker. So what this will do is it will show you um, the screen like this, and you'll see who's speaking as well on the side. Okay, and if you want to do gallery, this will show you other people here. in the class and you should be able to see the screen. So these are the options that you have in the class, and this is the standard. So you can just see the people. You can see there's people here in the top, and this is what they see. Okay, so there's different view options. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to show everybody again. So I'm gonna stop my share for 1 moment. So let's watch that video again. Okay, so the screen may not load or it disappears. So how do you see the full screen? So let's play the video again. So you go to view, right? There's different options. So you click side by side speaker, and then you can see right there, right? You can see here the person, and then you can also see the full screen. And then there's gallery, so you can see other people as well, and then you can see the screen as well. So you just have to click side by side speaker or gallery and go to view so you can see the whole screen. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Okay, everybody good? Okay. Okay, so if, for example, if you don't see the whole screen, let's just say you're having trouble seeing the screen, you can ask the teacher to reshare, okay? Okay, so let's keep going. So sometimes the teacher may not hear you. Okay, why? Because the microphone may be muted. So always check that the microphone is not muted. Okay, so when it's muted, it's gonna have like a red line across. So when there's a red line across the microphone and the camera, means teacher can't see you or hear you. So what you can do is you can always check your settings, your microphone settings, right? So you go to your settings here, system settings, make sure the input volume here is loud, right? So it's system, you go to system in your computer, then sound, and then properties, and then make sure your input setting, your volume is turned loud so the teacher can hear you. Sometimes you can use like headset or microphone and that helps as well. But always make sure that the volume, the input volume is loud, and make sure your microphone is not muted. Okay.
Okay.
So sometimes, there's background noise, from other family members. So if it's too noisy, all you need to do is just mute yourself when you're not speaking, right? As I mentioned. If you can't join the breakout room, so as I talked about before, sometimes the breakout room message will appear very fast, okay? And if you can't join the breakout room, you didn't receive the invite, or maybe it disappeared too fast, ask help from in the main room. So you just don't just, stay in the main room. You can just ask Irene. You can say, "Hi, Irene, I missed the message for the breakout room. Can you please help me to join the breakout room?" Okay? So you just ask for help in the main room. So sometimes you can't see the chat box. You might be using an older version of the Zoom. So if you are using an older version of the Zoom, you can update the Zoom, or you can always ask us or the teacher for help. So sometimes, your screen is frozen or we may have trouble hearing you, and that's because, there might be poor internet connection, maybe there's some camera issues or low battery, or, the teacher you can't see the teacher or other students. Maybe we can't hear you properly because the Zoom closes. If you're connected to the internet, you can just move closer to the router, your router, or leave and rejoin the class, right? If you're having any issues, sometimes leaving and rejoining the class helps, or restarting your computer. You move closer to the router for the stronger internet connection, or you can ask a teacher for help. So these are the contacts of our program workers, Wendy and Ella. So, you can always contact us if you have any questions or concerns with the Zoom. So I'm just going to stop my share, and I'm just going to stop the recording and we can answer some questions. Thank you.